20 in a row, 97.5 Y Country. Hey, it's Matt Malone, and we are back with another conversation topic. I want to first let you know that song that you just heard, if you're listening to us live right now, was Sam Hunt, Breaking Up Was Easy in the 90s. And I say that because we are also streaming on Facebook and on our Twitch page, as well as on YouTube. So we are on a lot of different places and asking you to join us in conversation today, courtesy of our friends at Rogers Foodland and Pharmacy. It is faster, easier, and friendlier. Rogers Foodland. So you can join us on Facebook, answer our question in regards to the things that you cannot do. You can self-admittedly not do. You're not great at it. And I'll explain why we came up with this question because, well, yesterday we're sitting in the living room, me and my girlfriend and Zayden, and we were sitting having a good time, chatting, getting ready to play a game of Monopoly when all of a sudden we got some music that was put on. We were listening to it, and it was, I don't even remember what it was, but I know that salsa was one of them. And my girlfriend tried to teach me how to do the dance. And I don't know if I've said this before. I likely have. I'm not a good dancer. I'm not a dancer at all. Like, it's awkward. Like when she was telling me to move my hips, my shoulders were moving, and she's like, "No, keep your shoulders still." I said, "I can't help it; they're connected, like they move." So it was a great attempt on her part to try to bring me in, but I don't even think dance lessons would help me at this point. But I know that I am not a great dancer. I would love to know what is something that you are self-admittedly not very good at. Not that you are offended by it, not that you're upset about it, but you can say, "You know what? I realize this. I know this is not a strong suit of mine. What is that for you?" So you can go ahead, comments 97.5 Y Country on Facebook, on Instagram. Facebook, you can actually join our Facebook live feed. You have Twitch. You can comment on our Twitch channel. On YouTube, you can join us there. You can call 925-9750 as well. Join the conversation. What is something that you are self-admittedly not very good at? That is what I want to know from you. You can join us here. I'm going to turn a light on. I feel like I'm awfully dark right now, like this, but yeah, that's the question that we're asking. What is something that maybe you're not very good at? I am a terrible dancer. Self-admittedly, I understand I'm not that great at it. I get it. I get it. Comment here. Parallel parking. Great answer, Sue. Great answer. I saw that earlier too. I was going to comment on it, so I'm glad that you joined us here. Great stuff there. Tony, art. I am not an artist. Tony, I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ. You absolutely are an artist. You are an artist of the field. All right. You make art grow. The putting corn in the field, that's art. I'll tell you that. Great answers. Great answers. And again, I know I'm not a dancer. Gina tried like hell yesterday to make me to get me to dance, and I thought I had the hang of it. I'm like, okay, this is going good, going good. And she's like, you got to stop the shoulders. You got to move more of the hips. I'm like, but they're all connected. It's like, what do you call that? A puppet, right? It's a puppet that has the strings on it. I can't think of the exact type of puppet that they call it, but like Pinocchio, and you sit there, maneuver it. It's like you try to move my hip and my shoulders are connected to it. So weird. So weird. I know. What's also weird is the face I make when I dance too. I'm like, oh yeah, am I doing it? Yeah. No, I'm not. So bad. All right, I'm gonna turn the slide on here quick. Sorry about this. There. Now I feel like you can see me better. All right. So that's what we're asking today. I would love for you to join the conversation there. Something you're self-admittedly not very good at. Nobody else has to tell you. You're aware. You are very well aware. All right. While we're sitting here waiting for some more responses to come in, I want to let you know there's some performances that I'm looking forward to at the ACM Awards coming up this weekend, and some of those are one, Miranda Lambert and Elle King are going to be playing their new song "Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home," which is a pretty fun song. Dirk Bentley and the War and Treaty, which is a different group, they're going to be doing "Pride in the Name of Love," which is the U2 song. We've got Brothers Osborne, "I'm Not for Everyone," their new song. But what's really cool is we're going to have kind of a couple throwbacks. We've got Alan Jackson, "You'll Always Be My Baby," and "Drive" for Daddy Gene. And Blake Shelton will be performing "Austin," which is cool. And then his new song, "Minimum Wage." So something to look forward to if you are going to be watching the ACM Awards here this weekend. And Sue has another great answer. Getting up early. Yes. Not my strong suit either. Well, recently it hasn't been. Normally I'm pretty good at it, but tell you what, I've been binge watching a show, the 100, and that is such a, I don't know, I get so into it. It's really hard to go to bed and like, oh, we gotta see what happens in the first 10 minutes in the next episode, and 10 minutes turns into 30 minutes to 40 minutes, another full episode. So yeah, it is quite fun. Quite fun. All right. Let's see here. We'll put the question right up here for you. Something you're self-admittedly not very good at. What is that? Where you know nobody needs to tell you, you just aren't very good at it, and that's okay. So we have parallel parking, an artist, getting up early, reading minds. Ryan, my goodness, man, absolutely, great question. I can't read. Here's the thing: even with super, how do I say this? Strong hints, I can still be oblivious. And I'm not one of those guys. I'm not an overthinker by any means. I'm not an overthinker at all. And maybe Ryan, you're kind of falling into the same avenue with me, but I don't necessarily think that I'm very naive to things. But when it comes to like hints, they could be about as in your face as they can get it. I'm just like, you say what you mean. Like, I'm not going to try to dissect your statement or your word. If you say something, that's what I'm going to take it as. That's it. Like, life's too short for me to try to decode what you're saying. Unless you're doing like, hey, we should do this, right? Wink, wink. Right? Unless you do that, I'm just like, no, you're good. Hints, right, exactly. Yes. Hints could hit me in the face. Yes. I still, but I said this. You're right. You did say that. How'd you not know? You said this. You didn't say this. If you wanted this, say this. Oh, funny. Yes, absolutely. Great point there, Ryan. So good. Hints could hit me in the face. I love that. Oh, man. It is the truth. It is the truth. Man, that sunrise looking good this morning, too. Gonna be a nice day. Gonna be a nice day. All right, well, let's see what we're gonna be getting here for a high today. I haven't really officially checked the weather. We play the weather, but I haven't been catching it. Oh man, looks like we're gonna see a high of 49. Man, it was brisk yesterday. It was a nice sunny day, but it was chilly. We went for a walk before I attempted to dance. God, I suck at dancing. I'm so bad at dancing. Like Frost, yeah. Yeah, that is true. We went for a walk before doing the dancing, and I knew that it was a little bit brisk, but I brought my like a little zip up hoodie, and still it was a little bit chilly. But we made it work. Okay, so while I've got y'all here, I'm gonna ask you for your help. really quick. Do you want to hear You Should Be Here by Cole Swindell, or If You're Going Through Hell by Rodney Atkins? Comment below. Let me know. I'm going to let you pick the playlist today. We kind of do this every day now at this point. Give you an opportunity to pick a song for the morning. What would you rather hear? Cole Swindell, You Should Be Here, or If You're Going Through Hell, Keep on Moving. Not a singer. Not a bad singer. That's something that I wouldn't say. Oh, thank you, Sue. Should Be Here for my mama. All right. That's one vote. If you got one, let me know. Not a terrible singer. I'm not a terrible singer. Not a great singer. So I'm in the words of Scotty McCreer, I'm in between. But I know that if there was ever in my wildest dreams, we'll say if I was ever, on stage singing with a band, I would not dance, because any kind of credibility towards any positive reflection of my singing would be completely obliterated if I decided to start dancing. I know this. So bad. So bad. All right. Okay. And we got Ryan that says You Should Be Here too. Okay, perfect. That's the one we're going to go with then. Y'all are picking the station today. You're picking the playlist. Drive for Amazon. I swear the Ring doorbells of customers always catch me dancing and singing. That's great. You should go to each one and I always want to do this for Christmas parties where you get videos when I do interviews and bloopers and that kind of stuff. It'd be a great little personal Amazon Christmas party for you, Sue, is getting those Ring doorbell videos. What is the song that you sing to a lot all the time now? Oh, Tamara, great answer. Cartwheels and backbends. Never going to happen again. Yeah. Okay. Even when I was semi-flexible in my younger days, we'll say, because I've not been able to really bend over, touch my toes very much at all for a long time. Even when I try to do cartwheels, they would always appear to be round-offs. It was not good. It was not good at all. So yes, cartwheels and backbends, I totally understand. Backbends, I don't know. Going to Fully Alive Family Chiropractic has been good, but I think I'm a ways away from doing backbends. I do need to I need to stretch though. That's my biggest thing, is I need to start stretching more. Then I might be able to do that. All right. We have got 1 minute. We're going to be going back on. I'm going to share some of these more responses, or some more of these responses, I should say. Okay. We've got a few. Yeah, we've got a few good ones that we can go with. Let's see if we have anything. We had a couple on Instagram that came through that were pretty good too. Sewing. That's great. Keeping my opinion to myself. Yep. I'm a really hard time with that. And then singing. So the great answers there. All right. 15 seconds. Going back on. $20 in a row. 97.5 Wide Country, Miranda Lambert's new song, Settling Down. If you missed us getting you in the know on Music Row, she is going to be one of the performers for the ACM Awards happening this weekend. Miranda Lambert will be playing the new song, Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home, with Elle King, that new duet that came out. So that'll be exciting to be able to go and see. Something that is not exciting to see is me dancing. Believe it or not. I have attempted it a couple times. Not good. That's something I am self-admittedly not good at. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't feel bad about it. I don't care. I just know I'm not good at it. And that's what we're asking you today. What is something you are self-admittedly not very good at? And we have some great answers here too. Sue says parallel parking. Tony says artist. I'm not an artist. And Sue also came back with saying getting up early, which might be tough. I mean, that might be something that you struggle with as well. I'm okay with it usually, but I don't know. But I really like what Ryan said here. Ryan said reading minds. I am not good at reading minds either. We went through. He also proceeded to say hints could hit me in the face. You still couldn't get them. I'm very much like that too. I'm not somebody who's going to dissect people's statements to try to figure out if there was some kind of subliminal meaning in there. I'm a very simple guy. You tell me what it is, that's what it is. Okay. That's the way I roll, and I believe Ryan is the same way there too. We also have some other ones on Facebook. We're going to get to those in a little bit. I'd love for you to join us on our Facebook Live video. We're on Facebook Live. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Join the conversation that way. And if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube too, you should definitely do that because we're posting a bunch of videos and stuff there too. 97.5 Y Country on YouTube. But we have some on Instagram too that says, Amy June says, sewing. Nope, nope, nope. Kathy says, keeping my opinion to myself. Great answer there too. Yeah, I have a hard time with that too. Nope. And here's my thing. It's not that I'm like an abrasive, responder when it comes to things, but a lot of times I'll just be very upfront. I don't think that there's necessarily a reason to always sugarcoat everything. And I just say that doesn't work. That idea doesn't work. Here's why. And I usually come up with, reasons why. I won't blatantly just say that's dumb or anything like that. I try not to do that. I might think that sometimes, but I won't actually say that. So anyways, all right. What is it for you? What is something that you're self-admittedly not very good at? Go ahead and call us too if you'd like, 925-9750. You can join us on Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube Live, or you can go ahead and comment on our Instagram as well, 97.5 Y Country. All right. Got some good answers that came through here so far. So this is good. And all right. Self-admittedly not very good at this. What is it for you? All right. We had some good news that came through today. I'll share this little good news here tidbit for you, which I think is good. So we'll do that here while we're waiting for some more responses to come in. But Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, I used to live right by there. I used to live in Waunakee, and it's right outside Madison. It's like there's Madison and then all these other suburbs around it. Sun Prairie's at the northern part of it. So this kid who's in 6th grade decided that she wanted to do something to help out her school. And her name is Keena Schroeder or Schrader. I'm not sure. I think it's Schrader. I pronounce it Schrader because Mrs. Schrader was my music teacher, not my dancing teacher. Because again, I'm terrible at dancing, which ties into our topic today. But that's how we pronounce her name, was Mrs. Schrader, and Keena's name is spelled the same. So with this, she practiced baking, learned how to bake cheesecakes, and became such a great baker. She started her own company called Bug's Bakery, which was inspired by her nickname, Bug, and not actually from the ingredients that she puts in these cheesecakes. I believe they are bug-free. But with this, they started to sell, her and her dad started to sell these cheesecakes, and money started to come in, and her and her dad decided they needed to brainstorm what they're going to do with the money. Great, right? So with that, they decided to donate to some charities in the area, but what they decided now officially is $5 from the sale of each cheesecake goes to a program in her school that helps kids in need afford school lunches. which is pretty great. And she recently presented a check for $1,000. So $1,000. I'm going to do the math here really quick. I probably don't need that, but she sold about 200 cheesecakes is what it sounds like here, roughly, to be able to afford to do that. So pretty cool story for somebody who's in sixth grade. It's like in sixth grade, I never had any of that inclination to bake or any of that stuff. So cool story there. And yeah, would love to be able to bake, but again, not another thing that I'm very good at. All right. We had a spam comment right here, so I'm going to delete that comment. And I'm going to block this user. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry, Ryan and Sue, for getting tagged in spam comments. I'm not sure 100% how that happened, but we blocked them, and we got, that's instant gratification when you can comment, and then I can delete it right away and block you. Oh, God. I don't get it. I don't get why. I mean, I do get it, but I do not like it. Anyways, all right. Something that you're self-admittedly not very good at. We're going to wrap up our conversation coming up here in about, I want to say 8 minutes or so. See what other comments we have. Starting early with the spam. They are. I don't understand. Again, I said I understand it. I understand that they want to try to, find an easy way to get money and that kind of stuff, program bots, all that kind of stuff. But I just don't understand how morally you could be okay with doing that. Like, all right, here's what I want to do. I want to basically steal money from people on the internet. I don't get why that runs through people's minds. Being better. That's something that not everybody's in on, apparently. Okay, so we've got a couple of great answers here on Facebook, not on our Facebook Live video, but on the post that we had last night that Sue, you originally commented on, which is awesome. I appreciate you joining us here because it's more fun when you can do a back and forth conversation, right? I think so, at least. But we had Christy that says returning phone calls. That's a great answer. And we had Sherry that says math. So great answers. Returning phone calls. Man, I'm so bad at returning not only phone calls, but also text messages. And it's not by design. I'm not like, purposely not going to respond. It's like, oh, I got to call. I'll do that here in a little bit. And then I get, a bunch of other stuff that comes down on my plate. And I'm like, oh, I've got to hurry up and do that too. So yeah, I'm not very good at returning phone calls or text messages or anything like that. What about you, Sue? I know you're watching here. Are you somebody who is okay or good at returning phone calls or texts, or are you not very good at that, like me and Christy? Be better. Be better than us. Oh, funny. All right. Good one. All right. So we're going to play Cole Swindell. You should be here. We've also got Jake Owen's new song Made for You, which I love that song. I'm a huge fan of Jake Owen. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I have to be good at it with my job. Never know who needs help, so I always have to return text quickly. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'll tell you about a quick story with Jake Owen because, we talk about spam stuff. I just got a spam text message too. I'll read the spam text message. Just 1 cup before sleeping helps burn 32 pounds. How do they know I want to lose 32 pounds? Anyways. Okay. So my story, Jake Owen, I was at Country Jam USA, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's my hometown festival, and this is the first year that they had me hosting what they call the Country Club, where it's a tent where you could pay to be in. It's part of your ticket package, and you get shade, you get kind of a lounge area, but not only that, there's a stage set up where the radio stations that were on site would be able to interview the artists. So as a spectator, you're actually able to watch and see these interviews take place. It's really cool. It was a lot of fun. So I got to host it. So I got to welcome the artists on there: Montgomery Gentry, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean. But when it was Jake Owen, shook his hand. Hey man, nice to see you. Or, I'd do that with all the artists, but Jake actually approached me and he's like, "Hey man, how you been? How you doing?" And he was the coolest approach that I've ever had from any artist. Even though I have never really actually met Jake Owen before in the sense of having a conversation with, but he made me feel like we were like best friends from years back, which is, again, it was a really cool thing. It's just the kind of guy that he is: very laid back, very chill, and cool, just very cool. So one of my favorite experiences I've ever had with meeting an artist was that. So I should have said, and then, he saved a bunch of people from a burning building or something, something heroic, something to make that story better. But that's really the extent of the story. But good people, man. He's one of those guys. Very good person. All right, so we've got Cole Swindell on right now, so that is for you, Sue. Enjoy that. Made for You coming up next, and then we're going to wrap up the conversation topic, asking about things that you are self-admittedly not very good at. What is it for you? All right, we got a great one here too. Won tickets to the Low Cash concert at Berrien County Youth Fair a few years back, and at the end of the concert, they made me dance in front of everyone. One of the most memorable things I've ever had happen at a concert for me. Yes, Sue, I don't know if you remember that concert as well, but they also had some other people on stage to dance too. Do you remember who they were? I've got a story about them too. Sue, do you want to hear that story too? I'll share that story with you if you want. I don't want to keep telling stories if you don't want to hear them. So just stop me. Let me know, yes or no. I'm fine either way. Oh, funny. Yeah, Chris and Preston. I've been friends with those guys for a long time. They're actually like the two country artists that I can actually call, I don't want to say call friends, but I mean friends. I've known them since before they had a record label. Long times. Good morning, Brandon. How you doing, buddy? I knew you were one of them. Yes, I was. And I looked just as awkward on stage dancing there as ever before. All right. So Low Cash, one of my stories with them, because I've got a bunch of them. And actually, when I was back in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, my sister reminded me of one of them. In the aftermath of that concert, I should say. But the one I was going to say, so we were in, was it Alaska? No, it was La Crosse, Wisconsin. Went to this little venue. They were playing on stage, and my buddy Cody, one of my very best friends in the entire world, great guy. He was with us, and we went to the show and, chatted with the guys before the concert and chatted with them, a little bit afterwards. But we actually, we were hanging out with them after the show and had a couple beverages, we'll say, and things got a little out of hand. But Chris and Preston are like, hey, man, you just want to ride with us to the next show? You got anything going on this week? And I'm like, no. So we, Cody and I went and we decided, okay, we're going to ride on the tour bus. We're going to stay on the tour bus with them and ride to the next show. But later that night, again, we got to the point where we had a little bit too much to drink. I slept in one of the actual bunks where, the bandmates and Chris and Preston, they all sleep. But Cody, because all of the other bunks were taken, had to sleep in the back of the bus on the common area where they do a lot of songwriting, that kind of stuff. So Chris Preston and Parks, the drummer at the time, we had a great conversation. They all knew they were on the bus, but some of the other guys didn't. Eric Helbig, who's the guitar player, Lefty is what they called him, walked onto the bus and had to go back and saw that Cody was sleeping on there, thinking it was somebody completely random. They're like, are you supposed to be on the bus here? So he almost got kicked off and potentially almost, I guess, kind of got escorted away. But on top of that, not that crazy of a story for that side of things, but Cody also pocket dialed the police as well. So the police did end up coming, even though it wasn't anything, again, we were doing wrong. You pocket dialed it. So anyways, kind of a funny story for that one. We did end up going to the show the next day, and it was a blast. It was a great time. All right, where are we at here? All right, what are you not good at? Brandon, doing good. As for the question, not good at baking anything, non-meat related. It's got to be meat. Otherwise, it burns. There you go. What's your favorite meat to cook then, Brandon? Let's share that. All right, I got tagged in another spam post. So I had to remove that too. It's funny, I just talk about it and I get spammed already. Ribs, brisket, or goose. There you go. Good choices. Good at choices. All right, we're gonna wrap up the conversation here. '20 in a row, 97.5 Y Country. I'm Matt Malone, and we are wrapping up our conversation today asking you what is something you are self-admittedly not good at. We've had some great responses that have come through here that I want to share with you. Mine was dancing. If you missed that, Gina tried to teach me how to dance yesterday to some salsa and some other dances I don't remember the names of, but they were not very good. Let me see if I can get Gina to come in here. Gina! Come here. All right, we're gonna see if she can join us here today. And I want to get her opinion. I know, just come in real quick. I just want you to tell everybody, how was my dancing yesterday? Yes, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. We're on the air. It just how was I dancing yesterday?
Horribly.
What? Is there hope for me?
I don't think so.
You don't think that she says there's no hope for me. Okay. What was so bad about it really quick?
Well, I wanted you to move like your hips and your bottom half, but you were like moving your top half too.
There you go. You heard it straight from the source. All right, bye. All right, there you go. That was fun. So you heard it. I'm a terrible dancer, and there's no hope for me. All right. What is something that you were self-admittedly not very good at? And again, one of the perks of working from home is you can ask questions like that. We had Tamara that says cartwheels, back bends, never going to happen again. Great answer there. And then Brandon had one too that I think was really, really good. Brandon says that I'm not good at baking anything not meat related. It's got to be meat. Talking about ribs, brisket, or goose. Otherwise, it burns. So yes, hopefully that doesn't happen. And Brandon, practice makes perfect. Gina, it doesn't. Trust me, I can practice every day, all day, and I would still be a miserable dancer. All right, let's see what else we've got here. We had a couple of responses that did come through on Facebook as well. Try to get those back loaded up here. Like Christy that says returning phone calls. Sherry says math. Lynn says singing. And Shaylin is a great one. Backing up a trailer. I can do that all day. I love backing up trailers. It's actually, for me, I feel like it's really fun. It's really fun to do that. So Shaylin, if you ever need any help with that, you let me know. We'll figure something out for you. All right. All right. Keep the conversation going. 97.5 Y Country on Facebook and Instagram. Also, we are on Twitch and YouTube as well, broadcasting our conversation topics. So join the conversation with 20 in a row. 97.5 Y Country. All right, there you go. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you joining today. This is a great conversation. And then I will say, Sue, are you still here? Are you ready to listen to the story? It's really not a great story. I'll just say that it's not that great. Better than the day before, though, Matt. Little progress, still progress. That's very true, and it is very, very little progress. I appreciate it, though, man. I really do. The good vibes are good, and that's what we need. We need more positive thinking and good things, because when you I always had this mantra from when I worked in retail. My boss always says it's thoughts that become things. Thoughts become things. And that was the thing he kept pounding in. So keep thinking positive, more positive things will happen. Okay. So my story, Sue, as you responded, yes. So low-cast story, we were in, I want to say it was on Alaska. I think is where it was, on Alaska or La Crosse, at this this little hotel place with a conference room where they can set up a stage, and Low Cash was most of the band. We hung out, me and my buddy Cody, had a bunch of other people there too, but me and my buddy, one of my best friends, Cody, hung out with the guys before the show, because again, I've known them for years and years. We hung out a little bit after the show as well, before things started getting a little out of hand with the adult beverage scene, right? So we had a lot of beverages that came through, and things were going well. We're having a blast. Chris and Preston, Chris is like, hey, you got anything going on this weekend? I'm like, no, not really. He goes, why don't you just ride with us? Like, come on the bus, stay on the bus, ride with us to Rochester. So we went from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and they had the show the next day in Rochester, Minnesota. And I'm like, okay, cool. But me and my buddy Cody ended up actually staying on the bus, which is great. However, everybody in the band at the time kind of knew who I was. There were a couple of guys that weren't as familiar, but most of the people, knew me from, other shows and other conversations, that kind of stuff. Cody, nobody knew. This is his first time, being at one of these shows. So then at that point, while we are on the bus, we had some great conversation. Cody accidentally pocket dials the cops, right? And so the cops end up coming and trying to figure it out. And he had to say, no, it was a pocket dial. I'm sorry. That's my bad. But at the end of the night, after having all of those libations, I'm sleeping in the bunk where the bands and Chris and Preston, they're all sleeping. There wasn't enough bunks for Cody too, but there was a back area of the bus where it's like the common area where they do a lot of songwriting, that kind of stuff. And Cody slept back there. So Parks, the drummer, myself, and Cody at the time were already on the bus, had a great conversation, decided we're going to crash, go to bed. Whether or not it was our decision to do that or if alcohol helped, that's going to be left to your mind. But at that point, Eric Helbig, lefty, who was the guitar player at the time, also guitar player for Thompson Square too, by the way. So he's got a lot of great credentials. He came on the bus and saw this random guy that he doesn't really know laying and sleeping on the bus. not knowing if he was supposed to be there. So he went back there. He's like, hey man, are you supposed to be on here? And so at that point, he's like, oh no, I'm with Matt, and Chris Preston told me that we can be on here, and just like, okay. So it was almost the second time that the cops would have been called that night. So anyways, that's my story. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and we'll have another conversation topic for you tomorrow. And every time that you join us for this, I really do appreciate that. So thank you, and we'll chat with you soon. Bye.